Isn't that such a great score? You gotta love it, right? This was a Star Wars medley I found on YouTube. Just needed a little bit of opening introduction music. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Hollywood After Dark. This is an impromptu stream, not scheduled. I just don't really feel like playing video games. I'm wide awake. I'm like, fuck it, let's talk. Let's see what's going on. You guys can all join in the conversation. Let me just do a quick run through here. Alex, what's up? James, how's it going? Mr. Six John Clark, what's up? Lunith, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Radio Geek, how you doing? I know I'm catching you in a good time for you, considering I think you're from the land down under. It's 10:15 in the morning where Alex is. Super late for me. James says he's hungover at 8:15 a.m. UK time and just needs some soft talk. Well, I can get in there real soft, talk real low. So yeah. Anyway, how are you guys doing? You guys see any good movies this week? I saw someone in there say they just saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and that it's hands down the best movie of the year for them. That's fantastic. It's something I still need to go see. Interview or Star Wars? What are you talking about? The KF? What is the KF? Kevin Feige interview? Is that what you mean here? Oh, okay, the radio guy. I thought you were in another country. Guess not. Maybe you are. I have no fucking idea. So anyway, how you guys doing? Let's see here. Dora apparently is better than it has any reason to be. Yeah. Did you guys happen to hear about this motherfucking Spider-Man getting re-released? A director's cut getting re-released now that Spider-Man Far From Home is Sony's highest grossing film ever. The fact that it's Sony's highest grossing film ever means that they are not going to mess with a good thing. They're going to keep Spider-Man in the MCU until the end of time. The Radio Geek, I could have sworn you really get another country. You know what it is? I'm probably getting you mixed up with somebody else. Mr. John Clark, Kevin Feige taking over Lucasfilm is not going to be the best course of action. I mean, he's a good producer, but he's also really deep into Marvel. So if he has that kind of love for Star Wars, I could see it. But if he doesn't have that love for Star Wars, that's square peg round hole there, buddy. Shidoko, no. The rumor is that Labor Day weekend, they're going to be re-releasing Spider-Man Far From Home with extra footage, with deleted scenes. It's going to effectively be like a director's cut or extended cut. How bad is it that they're going to release the Boone cut of Spider-Man Far From Home, but we still can't get justice for the Snyder cut? So there's that. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Let's see here. Garrick, I saw your deleted post real quick, but it's on the screen right now. Would I be fine if the MCU interdicted a trans superhero? I'm pretty sure he means introduced. Yeah, I don't care, man. I don't care about sexuality. I mean, like, if it's a trans character that's in the comics, a trans character, or is an original character that's trans, I'm fine with it. If they were to say, take, Harry Osborn and make him a transgender, multi-spirited furry, who's real into goblin play, I'd be a little bit on the side on that one, a little bit on the side. So there's that. Hey, what's going on, Danker? How you doing? Hello there to you as well. Lunith here says, I want to see the Schneider cut. Well, you spelled Schneider wrong, but I get you. Let's see here. Geeks and Gamers would make 500 videos about how the MCU is trying to force. Yeah, oh yeah. I was actually listening to a Nerdrotic video, his update on the whole Lucas thing. And it just auto-played after a Den of Nerds video I was watching. And when I almost turned it off, because he says, like, the only joy in Star Wars I get right now is just, like, we're basically laughing at it. And I'm like, well, then why the fuck do I want to watch you? Like, why the fuck do I care about you? Why do I give a shit about anything you have to say? If you're like, here's this property that I love, but all I want to do now is laugh at it. It's like, well, then you don't love it. Just saying. That's how I personally feel. Have I ever smoked weed? Oh, yes. Yes, I have. Have I seen Lion King? I haven't. Roman, I'm just bored. This isn't a schedule thing. I'm definitely going to be back on Monday. Does Jar Jar Binks deserve all the hate? Yes and no. Yes and no. He does deserve the hate because George Lucas needed to think of a better way to create the character. But Ahmed Best did his work, did his best, and he doesn't deserve shit. So there's that. All right. So we got 18 people in here watching. That's fucking dope. So all right, couple ways. If you guys want to get into chat, we'll do this like an hour because I'm just awake. You guys can go into the Discord, which is there's a link in the video description, and then get into the general room or the screening room or one of the open voice rooms, and then I will I can add you guys in one at a time, so we can do that. Or you guys can call in to the Skype line, call in directly, and call in from there. We can do that. I think that would be pretty good to get it going. Transformers or G.I. Joe? You know what, man? I'm gonna have to go with G.I. Joe. Don't get me wrong, Optimus Prime is the shit, and I love Optimus Prime. But at the end of the day, I think I would rather G.I. Joe. The movies or the cartoon probably would be the cartoon. I don't know. I look at stuff involving Transformers. It's been around now, theatrically speaking, for 12 years. We've had 6 movies if you count Bumblebee, and the only real good ones are like 1, 3, and Bumblebee. And yeah, I'm putting 3 in there because it was bold. It was bold. Oh, you're talking the overall franchises? Yeah, probably G.I. Joe still. I think G.I. Joe is super interesting. So there's that. Well, I like the first Transformers movie. I thought Bay did a good job. The second one was definitely a victim of the writer's strike, and the third one was darker, which I enjoyed, and the last 2 were just god awful. Were just god fucking awful. Rise of Cobra was a fun movie. I agree, it was a fun movie. Let's see. Best Marvel superhero movie for Tarantino to direct. I would argue that Tarantino directing a Luke Cage movie would be like a Heroes for Hire movie would be dope as fuck, but it'd have to be R-rated. See, the thing is, I thought about saying Punisher, but I felt like Punisher was like the easiest answer. But I feel like that him telling the story of Luke Cage in the 70s, a period piece film, would be pretty good. I don't know if Tarantino and the Punisher would be brutal. I don't think it would be brutal, but it would be like, I don't think it fits. I don't think it flows. Frank Castle is not a wisecracking person. He's not a wisecrack. But potentially, Luke Cage with them one-liners and whatnot. I mean, think of it like this: kind of Django Unchained is kind of like Luke Cage, a little bit, a little bit. So there's that. Do I think we're gonna buy Greenland? No, I don't. Even though Greenland is like laughing at us over it, no, we're not gonna buy Greenland, not at all. So yeah. Let's see. Heroes would be great, but it needs a bit of the grit and gangster vibe. Yeah, I can completely agree. Let's see. What if Tarantino directed the Spawn reboot? I just want the Spawn reboot to be a thing. I would love to see Todd McFarlane actually get that movie off the ground because he keeps talking about it for years. It's a dark R-rated movie. It's a dark film with Jamie Foxx. And it's like, yeah, we want to see that. No. Well, why not? You keep talking about it, you fucking asshole. That'd be great if he did. If he actually gave it to us, it would be fantastic. Tarantino directing a Marvel movie would probably be the only thing that got me interested in Marvel movies again. Yeah, I'm not really interested in like a lot from Phase 4. So who's hotter, Emma Stone or Brie Larson? Emma Stone. Have you not seen Superbad? She was like cute in that movie. How about something nutty? I don't know. Is anyone here allergic to peanuts? I don't know what you're asking for in regards to something being nutty. Michael Bay in a Marvel. I think if Michael Bay was going to direct a Marvel movie, it would have to be like something super big, super crazy, super over the top, zero fucking substance. It's because the Russo bros, like, they showcased that you can do style and spectacle and substance all in one movie and make it the highest grossing film of all time. I mean, but but like I'm gonna stand for Avatar for a hot minute. Avatar being one movie and did that. Endgame needed 21 previous films. So there's that. But no, I mean, the Russos did a great job. If Michael Bay were to direct a Marvel movie, they'd get dumber. You know what? Giovanna. I think I think Howard the Duck would be a good one for Michael Bay. I think it'd be a good one because that like replacing Leah Thompson's character would be like Megan Fox or something, just to get Megan Fox in the position where she'd have to fuck a puppeted duck on camera. Do I like anime? Not really. Avatar is just Dances with Wolves in space. Also Fern Gully. Also Pocahontas. Also a lot of other similar fish out of water films. It's not the most complicated story in the world. It's also not the worst movie ever. Have I ever seen the show The Pretender? Yeah, I know of it. I'm pretty sure I saw an episode back in the day when it was on. That was the one. Yeah. That was wow. First episode 1996. Final episode 2000. That was a long time ago. Let's see. Michael Bay should direct Planet Hulk. Something like that would be good. Like a Hulk movie, I think would be fine for Michael Bay. Because it would just be like Hulk smash for like 2 hours. And every comic book fanboy would have like the world's largest erection. You know what I mean? Just the entire movie would have them edging. Michael Bay's Hulk would come out, and 9 months later, we'd have like 8 million new children. Sorry. Like 25 new children and like 8 million destroyed socks. The Hulk 2003 is the best. Oh, shut the hell up. No, it's not. The Mask or Dumb or Dumber, flat out The Mask. What Marvel movie is my favorite? Probably for me, my favorite would be either the first Iron Man or Guardians. The first Guardians. Endgame is up there too. And they're all good. Captain Marvel, it's not terrible, but it's like, I own it, but I don't have a desire to watch it again. Have I heard anything about a new Star Trek film? No, I haven't. What I think is going to happen is because the merger, Viacom CBS is happening, they're going to work on the TV show. They're going to do a Discovery movie, I think, because that's going to be the timeline, but they're going to tie it into the Kelvin timeline, I think. Dude, no one likes the 2003 Hulk film. I don't know when you say it's good. I don't know what your metric for good is. It's not okay. I'll put it like this. It was an interesting story, but the visuals were interesting for 2003. And the way that Ang Lee approached it by saying, I don't know how to direct a comic book movie, but I know how to direct a Greek tragedy when applying it to the Hulk does make sense. Sure. And the editing was pretty fantastic. But then the visuals and like the fight scenes with the 3-headed Cerberus dog and then whatever the hell Nick Nolte was, it just didn't live up to what it could be. So there's that. You'd rather watch Paycheck? Dude, Paycheck was a good movie. Thoughts on Affleck's Daredevil? I actually really liked Affleck's Daredevil. I really did. I still do. But I don't care much for the director's cut. I didn't think it was that good. Everyone's all like, oh my God, man. Oh my God. Have you heard about the Daredevil director's cut? It's like watching an entirely different movie. And I finally buy it on Blu-ray and I sit down and I watch it. And I'm like, oh my God, the Coolio shit sucked. Why even re-add that back in? It doesn't do anything for the plot. Yeah, I get it's a side story and they want to have a bit more with Matt in the courtrooms, and I get that. When it came to the Daredevil TV show, there's a lot of time I wanted to see Matt in the courtroom because he did good. Charlie Cox is the shit. But when it came to being, the movie, no, not so much. Let's see here. Thoughts on the Joker film? I think it is Oscar bait. I think it's going to be good Oscar bait, but Oscar bait nonetheless. What's the best celebrity guest appearance on Clerks, the animated series? Judge Reinhold, because of the joke. Would everyone please rise for the Honorable Judge Reinhold? I said, please stand for Judge Reinhold. Well, thanks. That's more laughs than I got in the head office. I just love it when Randall's badgering George Lucas over the Phantom Menace, and the lawyer gets up there and goes, "Objection, Your Honor. The pod race scene was pretty cool." And then Judge Reinhold just goes, "I'll allow it." I fucking love the Clerks animated series. Yes, 2003 Daredevil has Evanescence. Yes, the dude from Fast Times. Do I watch Bob Burgers? I've watched Bob's Burgers since 2010 when they came out. I was at the first Comic-Con panel for Bob's Burgers where they showed us the first 11 minutes of the pilot. I think I still have I have a shirt from that around here somewhere. But yes, I've seen Bob's Burgers. I fucking love that show. My daughter likes it too. She's 20 months and she really enjoys it. Which Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movie is the better one? The first one. What's my favorite DC movie? Are we talking like DCEU or just overall DC films? Because if we're talking like DC Vertigo, I'm probably going to go with like Watchmen. If we're talking DCEU, straight up, it's Batman v Superman. Extended. Do I think Disney will do something to taint the film? Which film? Oh, taint what? Bob's Burgers? Hope not. Let's see. Okay, so let me just. All right, so I know it's a little bit on the late side, but I'll post the Discord link if anyone wants to come on in, or the phone line, which is currently open as well. There we go. What do I think of Aladdin 2 live action? It's not going to be the Return to Jafar. And that actually legitimately saddens me because I love Return to Jafar. I do. I think it's a good movie. It's probably going to be like the King of Thieves or whatever it's called. It's probably going to be that. You'd watch a Gamergate documentary. Oh man. I was actually contacted today by a reporter who'd been around since Gamergate, wanting me to give like quotes, like a quote about Gamergate 5 years later. And I'm like, what more can I say about it? It happened. It got co-opted by a lot of bad people who attempted to run it into the ground for their own gain because it served a political narrative. Not happy with it. I think for what a lot of Gamergaters wanted, they got it. The ethics and games journalism part. I did a whole 27-minute video yesterday refuting Brianna Wu and her attack on Gamergate, because tomorrow morning, and here's the thing, in 7.5 hours from now is 5 years to the minute when I got the DMCA strike from Zoe Quinn, or somebody pretending to be Zoe Quinn, on my channel. I think it was her because there was the information lined up with other information that I knew about her after the fact. But yeah, 5 years ago, I was sitting at home. I woke up one morning. I woke up that morning and I checked my phone and it's all like, everyone's tweeting me and like, you got taken down by Zoe Quinn. And I'm like, wait, what? Like I fucking roll my eyes like, what the fuck happened? And then I get up and I check my computer and it's like, wow, holy shit, a DMCA strike. That morning, my whole life changed. My whole life fucking changed 5 years ago in 8 hours. My whole life changed. And for the better too. But for the absolute better. This is now my job. It's been my job for 4 years. Right? I mean, like that happened because of Gamergate 5 years ago. And so I'm like super thankful for that. Like there's been ups and there's been downs, but it's been for the most part pretty cool. Have I watched Under the Silver Lake? I have not. Would I ever want a live action Frozen movie? I would rather wrap my mouth around the barrel of a double-barreled shotgun and pull the trigger. You think King of Thieves and Revenge of Jafar will be combined? That's an interesting one. Let's see here. Okay, people in Hong Kong are asking Trump to help them out from how to control those raids. I don't know, man. Like, Trump's not going to do anything on that one. I don't want to get too political, but Trump and, the president in China, man, they're chummy. This, even with this tariff situation, like they're gonna like loosen up on the tariffs, and Trump isn't gonna say shit. I mean, I don't want to get into it. There's not this channel. This isn't the channel for it. But it's just, I don't think they're gonna help him. I don't think he's gonna help them. I've seen the first season of Glow. I've seen the good bits from season 2 and season 3, if you know what I mean. The ones that end up on Reddit's front page. Like when season 3 dropped just a week ago, I was like on Reddit, and then it was like 1:00 in the morning, and all of a sudden it's all like, here's all the nude scenes from Glow season 3, and I'm just like, I shouldn't click on this. I mean, I did, but like, I had pause. Ian, I heard, what do you mean Mortal Kombat's getting woke? How do you make Mortal Kombat woke? Let's see here. China has another 20 odd years before they can legally take back Hong Kong. They're just going to storm in and take it. They'll Tiananmen Square everyone. What do they care? People are boycotting. Yeah, I've thought about doing a video on that, but I don't try to do like a lot of political shit on this channel. Maybe I will. I do want to think of like a way to like better format the show. Okay, so there's like 31 people in here watching, which is funny because I'll do an 11 o'clock show and we get about the same amount of people. For those of you guys who have been watching the program during the week, like, what are your thoughts on it? Like, I am curious to know, like, do you like the news bits in the beginning? Should we just not do the news bits and just go straight to phone calls? I mean, I'm trying to find the best way to make it work because I've gotten a lot of compliments. A lot of people really like the concept of it by having the live call-in. And they want me to do it all the time, but it's like I have to figure out a way to like still pay my bills, so I still have to make content that generates an income. I need to like segment off the news in like smaller chunks. Phone calls are spilled spaghetti all around, to be honest. What do you mean? We haven't got, there was like that one troll called in and did everything. That one guy. And then, I had, Billy the Fridge came in. That was pretty cool. So, there's that one. Cause 5 years in Gamergate, I do know Adam Baldwin. I thought about shooting Adam Baldwin a call and inviting him on the show to see if he ever wants to BS about the current state of Hollywood. Hey, what's up, Zalien? How you doing, buddy? I have not seen Cobra Kai yet. I know. Yeah, I know. That one troll called in. That one troll called in multiple times until I had to turn off Skype because he was just constantly hitting it. People are saying that MK is getting woke because of race swapping characters. Who are they race swapping? Thoughts on One Angry Gamer. Oh my God. Garrick, did you see One Angry Gamer? His little racist tirade from the other day? I mean, we're talking full on N-bombs. Not even like, no irony. Just done. Just, It was like, I don't know why. I mean, I think he was getting mad because people were like criticizing No Man's Sky. And he like lost it. It was pretty crazy. I was like, oh my God. I've known him for a couple of years. I mean, we don't know each other personally, but like, I'm aware of him. He's aware of me. But just, I read that and I'm all like, whoa. Cause people don't like him because he's gone full conservative and like conspiracy theory levels at times. He covers interesting stories, which is why I still read his content, but it's like, I'm like, can we get to the news bits and not your personal interjection? Because my job is to interpret the news bits and then give my personal interjection, and you're fucking with my flow. Just look up One Angry Gamer. Let's see here. I don't know. Maybe One Angry Gamer N-word, perhaps. I don't know. It's there. I found it. I saw it the other day. I was floating around. You could probably find it. Oh man, it was pretty. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Let's see. Anytime it was in the past week. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's here. I'll show it to you. Where's that at? Okay. There you go. Red Letter Media. See, I don't watch Red Letter Media. I don't watch Red Letter Media because I don't like to watch constantly negative commentary. I talk about movies and I like to enjoy them. So I don't really watch a lot of content that is 100%, what I deem to be about 100% negative. And as much as I like the Plunkett's review of like Ghostbusters, The Last Jedi, which is like well thought out and it's funny, and I'll watch those reviews whether I like a movie or not, but it's like, I don't know. I feel sometimes that they look for the negative and it just turns me off to it, so I don't really watch it. I mean, I think they're talented, and maybe one day I'll be able to enjoy them more. But for right now, I just don't care. Do I like the Arkham games? I do. Yeah, I do. I like them a lot. Mindhunter is on Netflix season 2. Season 1 is amazing. If you haven't seen it, haven't been able to do season 2 yet. Let's see here. Have I paid any attention to the Wheel of Time series? I did. I saw their casting the other day. And no one's called them out for being woke. To be fair, I was looking at their casting like, I don't know if Nynaeve looks like that, but you know what? You know what? I'm just glad it's happening. So let's just see where it goes. You know, like, I think it's like Nynaeve and Egwene are not how I pictured them in the book, or how they were drawn by Robert Jordan, or at least the artwork for them. So, you know, but hey, Miranda Otto as Moraine, and I'm happy with that. You know, so I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, they're going for the multicultural thing, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have an issue with that. Like, it is what it is. And if they're good, they're good. If they embody the character, I want to see it. So I am curious to see what they do. But the fact that it's happening is exciting. It's just exciting that it's happening, because you would never in a million years think that the goddamn Wheel of Time, those 14 books with insane amounts of detail, would ever be able to be translated properly. And they're doing it. And it's Amazon. And right now their adaptation work is getting pretty good love. You know, Man in the High Castle, high praise for adaptation. The Boys is the shit. Their adaptation of The Last Tycoon, that one season, was actually really good. I might have been one of the few people that watched it and enjoyed it. And it's going to leave us on a cliffhanger. Oh my God, is Monroe Sinclair going to die or what? We'll never know. Anyway, let's see here. Oh no. Oh shit, did Nerd Report get in? He did. And let's see here. Thoughts on Superman Returns. You know, when I first saw Superman Returns in 2006, I didn't really care for it. And then when I saw it again a couple of years ago, it got a lot better. Bryan Singer was really trying to recapture Richard Donner, and he did a good job. If only he would spend more time focusing on his directorial efforts than, I don't know, potentially allegedly abusing people, he would still be around. And I would argue that, like, you know, that's wasted talent, man. He's a great director. And if he's guilty of what they accused him of, that shit's terrible. It's just wasted talent. Let's see. What villain do I want to see in the next Spider-Man movie? Kraven the Hunter is what I want to see. So I really want to see that. Let's see. Did I watch Invader Zim? I have not. I was going to watch it today. Ended up not watching it today. I want to see it. I watched Rocco. I didn't like Rocco. I mean, it was boring to me. I get what it's not the whole. I don't want to say what the spoiler is, because some people out there haven't seen it yet. But that's been pissing off a lot of people. Like, Odin's movie blog apparently was really not happy with how that thing played out. He was like, "Not my Rocco," hashtag. And it was like, like, dude, come on, it's been 20 years. You know. And even the creator of the show was kind of like always kind of hinting at it, I guess. Anyway. Have I tried the Beyond Burger? I did. I tried the Beyond Burger with Nerd Report here in the chat at Comic-Con. It's pretty good. Let's see here. What are my thoughts on The Amazing Spider-Man 2? I actually really liked it. Uh-huh. 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 I did. I did. I did. I did. You know, I mean, there are some parts that are like, yeah, okay. You know? And whatever they were trying to do with Peter's parents and set up this whole like this whole thing that, you know, they're still alive, right? Like that's what they were leading to. That was a bit weird, but I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I know that Rocco was originally a phone sex operator. There's a lot of dark shit in that show. Oh, they spoiled the Rocco thing in the trailer? Oh, I didn't know that. Crazy. MCAD says he watched the new Godzilla movie, best American version so far. Oh, dude, fucking Godzilla King of Monsters was amazing. Do I want to see Kevin Smith direct an MCU film? No, I don't want to see Kevin Smith direct an MCU film. I don't. I want him to write one. I don't want him to direct it. And here's the reason why I say that. As much as I love Kevin Smith, and trust me, he knows I do. Like, here's the thing. Did any of you guys ever see the video of him battling a heckler at Comic-Con in Hall H in 2007? Anyone ever see that clip? If you did, press 1. I'm the one who shot that. Yeah. You know, I remember reading a Dogma script 4 months before the movie came out when they leaked it online and I read the script. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I don't want him to direct it because I don't think he would believe in himself enough to direct it the way it needed to be directed. Him going and doing the TV shows is easy because there's already a pre-established format and he's a guest director. They just kind of swap him out. He does a little bit of tweaking here and there. He doesn't alter the script. He doesn't do the editing. He comes in, he does his thing, and he leaves. And that's fine. And that's kind of a nice little street cred thing to put on there. Right? So yeah, Phantom, yeah, that was all me. I shot that back in 2007. And the whole point is that him writing it, though, would get to the essence of the character. I don't think he trusts himself enough to direct it. And I mean, then again, how much these Marvel movies are kind of made by committees, at least at the, you know, Kevin Feige kind of dictating everything. It might work well in his favor because a lot of that stuff's already predetermined. You know, the cameras are all the same. They have a lot of homogenization in order to keep everything looking the same. And that's one of the factors that would work well for Kevin Smith. But I think if he were to write the movie, I think if Kevin Smith were to sit down and write a Daredevil movie, like adapt his Man Without Fear graphic novel, that would be dope. That would be fucking dope to do it. You know, I mean, that was a great one. You know, his Green Lantern run was great too. He knows how to write these characters. He has faith in himself to write these characters. And he tells really good stories. But him directing it himself is not something I think would be good. Now, if you could give me a Ben Affleck directed, Kevin Smith written comic book movie, you would have my money. You would have my money. 100%. If you could give me a Ben Affleck directed, Kevin Smith written, like Daredevil movie or Green Lantern movie or fucking Superman movie, you know, something along those lines. I think that would work out pretty well. Let's see. Thoughts on the new Jay and Silent Bob movie? I really, really want to see it. Did I see Wonder Woman Bloodlines trailer? I didn't. Thoughts on Interstellar? Fantastic first 2 acts. When he goes into that Stanley Kubrick world and he's his daughter's ghost, I wanted to die. And I've honestly only watched the movie once as a result of that. The ending was so bad of that movie. It was so terrible. Christopher Nolan fucked up the ending of both the Dark Knight Rises and Interstellar. And as a result of that, I actually didn't go and I haven't seen Dunkirk yet. I haven't seen it. That really kind of cost me a lot of interest in Christopher Nolan. Excellent setup, just horrendously terrible payoff. Because the first 2 acts of Interstellar are amazing. Like, you know, when they're floating in space, when they're heading to the wormhole, and it's the cinematography of that, like you almost feel, and the music, the score, I think Zimmer did that, right? And the score is amazing, and you want to like cry. It's so moving. And then it gets to the end and they go to this weird 2001 Kubrick-esque wormhole thing where he's like playing with books and dust on his daughter's shelf. And you're like, what the fuck? Anyway, would I be interested in a Harvey Weinstein movie? No, I don't. I don't need to watch him jerk off on a cactus or a plant or a ficus or whatever. I haven't seen Good Boys yet, but I do want to see it. Best Ben Affleck role. You say Gone Girl. I think that's a good role. My favorite Affleck role is, I think like The Town. I really liked him in The Town. Gone Girl, he was really good in. And what was the Accountant? He was really good in. Oh, sorry, Green Arrow. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Green Arrow. That was my mistake. I'm sorry. Apparently, the studio forced Nolan to change Interstellar's ending because it wasn't happy enough. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Like, I understand. I get that. But at the same time, it's like Inception and Batman Begins and The Dark Knight were such good movies. Were just so well done. And then he does The Dark Knight Rises with that what the fuck third act. I mean, especially Marion Cotillard just like, now I die, you know, and then everything with Bane's voice, which has now become a meme all these years later, these 7 years later. But then, yeah, just Interstellar. Again, amazing visuals, totally award worthy. I think if it didn't have as much of a fuck you ending, it would have probably won Best Picture. There needs to be more donkey show running gags with Kevin Smith movies. I agree. Right. I forgot about The Prestige. Yes, The Prestige was fantastic. Yes, I forgot about The Prestige. I've also seen, what's that one with Al Pacino and Robin Williams? Insomnia. And that was also good. But that's actually a remake of a Swedish film starring Stellan Skarsgård, which I saw that back in the 90s because I saw Siskel and Ebert review it. And I'm like, that movie looks pretty dope. And we had it at the Hollywood Video I worked at. So I rented it. And Insomnia felt like a shot-by-shot remake. Oh, right. And Memento. Memento's a one-time watch. It is. It's a one-time watch. It's not the best thing on the planet. Insomnia was a preferred taste. Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, Nolan is a fantastic director. Okay? He's a fantastic director. The dude can make some seriously good shit. I just think he was like maybe up his ass a little bit with his more recent works. I'm hoping Tenet is good. The trailer I hear is fantastic. Have I ever seen Brokeback Mountain? I actually have not seen it, even though I own it on HD DVD because I bought it to troll my friend. It was like $2. He likes that movie and he has an HD DVD player. So I bought it for him for $2 and then I just kind of forgot to give it to him. Has anyone seen Surf Nazis from Outer Space or Return of the Killer Tomatoes? I've seen Return of the Killer Tomatoes a long time ago. That was shot down in San Diego. Let's see. I never saw Surf Nazis, though. Spielberg was originally supposed to direct Interstellar. That would have been interesting. It still would have had its fuck you ending, but it would have been interesting. I don't know if Spielberg can do the same cinematography that Nolan can. Not in his later years could do it. Maybe like around Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, the mid 90s when he was kind of at the height of his career, I think, in regards to like artistic efforts. But I still, hey, look, Ready Player One is still one of my favorite films from last year. So, I'm not like deriding Spielberg at all. Thoughts on Disney's Tarzan? It robbed South Park for an Oscar. What do I want to be announced at D23? I need to do a predictions video on this one because like, I think they're going to announce, people keep saying they're going to announce like phase 5 shit. I don't think so. There's a rumor. It's a tantalizing little rumor that apparently they're going to announce something big for D Plus or for Disney Plus in regards to the MCU. And there's people saying like they're going to introduce the mutants. It's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen, but I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the idea. as weird as it seems, I kind of like the idea to go in and do, um, like the radiation from using the stones is what activates people's dormant mutant genes. Because think of it like this: in all the MCU right now on Earth, what do we have in regards to like what could be considered mutant abilities? Scarlet Witch is really about it. Her and Quicksilver and Captain Marvel, kind of, and they all ended up getting their powers effectively from like the Tesseract, right? They all kind of did. And they got amplified by that. Well, with Captain Marvel, it was getting hit by the Tesseract and then also getting Kree blood infused with her, which helped out. Now she's indestructible. Yeah, boring. So I think that's going to be a thing in regards to like that could be a way how they do that. Let's see here. You think they're going to announce 2022 films and not just the rest of Phase 5? Yeah, I mean they might. I think the results of the response to Phase 4 at Comic-Con was not as good as they wanted it to because no one cared. I mean, here's the thing. There's 36 of you in here right now watching. Do you really think that fucking Black Widow like should even come out? Like, do you care? Like, press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. I don't think it does. I think it's too little too late. I'm not against, I'm going to watch it obviously, but it's hard to care. That's what I'm trying to say. Do I think Captain Marvel is that bad? It's not that it's that bad, Garrick. It's that Captain Marvel is just nothing is at stake. What you think is at stake at the end of it is not at stake. So the whole time she was absolutely fine. The whole time she was absolutely invulnerable. And the whole time at the end of it, none of it mattered. Oh, you found out about Jan Rog and Nova Corps and everything. Cool. Now what? Like, exactly, Other set. Let's see here. Did I see Mindhunter season 2? Not yet. I need to. Black Widow has Rachel Weisz, so you're watching it. Yeah. And Florence Pugh. Pew. Let's see here. I'm down to see that for that. Nerd Reporter says they are holding big news for D23. No, they owned SDCC. There's nothing else of merit really out of Hall H this year. They owned it. And they pimped off. The thing is, they want to get through Phase 4 as fast as humanly possible. They want to get through Phase 4 in order to get to X-Men. Like there's no way Black Widow is going to make $1 billion. But then again, don't hold me to that one because I don't want to be wrong and get a lot of you're wrong. Let's see. Remember when Cernovich did? Yeah, I remember when Cernovich did James Gunn dirty. I know that was over a year ago. Let's see here. No, I don't. No, it's not. It's not that. It's not because it's a female-led superhero film. I want to see. This movie should have come out after Civil War. This movie should have come out 2015. Between Winter Soldier and after after Winter Soldier, before Civil War. Or after Civil War and before Infinity War. It should have come out. It didn't. And that's one of those things where you're like, okay, well, you had all this time. Instead of giving us a a Black Widow movie, you gave us Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh my gosh. I was like, it's not a bad movie, but it's also completely wasted. So let's see here. Windows is a free Ethereum mining app. Use it, then shapeshift into Bitcoin. Well, thanks, Paul. I don't know if I really want to mine Ethereum, but I'm waiting for Ripple to get up there in price. I have a couple hundred coins that I bought a couple years ago. Let's see. Do I dislike Frozen or hate it? I just dislike it. It's like I don't hate any movie, specifically hate anything, but I really dislike Frozen. Let's see. Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp is underrated and fantastic. Yeah, no, she's good, but the movie, there was like nothing, they didn't do much. It was just like oh, we need to fulfill Paul Rudd's contract. What? I can't not like Frozen. I mean, it's a pretty horribly written movie. It is, if you think about it. Anna spends all that time alone, away from her sister, who has isolated herself. And then when she finally comes of age and the sister comes out, the first thing she does is meet a dude. And I get it. He's a prince or lord. Either way, he's powerful, kind of, maybe. But he's cute on the eyes and he likes her back. And then Elsa goes apeshit and fucking freezes everything. And Anna's like, I alone can save her. So I'm going to go. Oh, BT Dubs, this new dude, you're in charge. And the guy's like, you got it. Wink. And she takes off. And then we see him later on and he's giving people food and blankets. And he's directing the guards as to how to better run the castle in order to make sure that everyone's taken care of. Again, further showing that this is a good guy. And then the very next time we see him, he looks at Anne and he's like, no one could ever love you. And now he's the bad guy. For like no real reason, because you just need an antagonist. Never mind the fact that Alan Tudyk and the Duke of Weselton, it's the same voice for King Candy. It was very similar in voices for King Candy. It was such a lazy movie. Olaf's song was terrible. The fucking trolls. The trolls. Opening of the movie. We got this baby boy here. Let's raise him by some trolls. We're not normal trolls. We don't feed on the children. But we love trolls. We love everybody. You don't look like trolls. You look like fat rocks. And then, of course, he comes back and he's like, I know where we go when you love trolls. And the whole fucking time, Anna's making just terrible decisions. My girlfriend watched this movie with me and she goes, what message is this movie sending? Like, it's everywhere and nowhere. Wait, hold on. Lewis is not calling in tonight? Wow. Let's see here. Rogue One or Solo? I'm going to say Rogue One's a better movie, but I like both. Dude, Zalian. November, okay, from the day before, like the preview night of Frozen to the week it came out on home video. So from the end of November to the first week of March, 2013, 2014, respectively, I had to sit through Frozen twice a night. It's a miracle I'm still alive. Actually, more importantly, it's a miracle other people are alive. That movie is insanity incarnate. But I will say, though, that the Frozen Fever, their short film in front of Cinderella in 2015, loved it. Thoughts on Ad Astra? Looks dope. Want to see it really bad. Let's see here. Is Iron Man 2 that bad? No, Iron Man 2 is not that bad. People like to go, Iron Man 2 is shit. It's not shit. Fuck you. We got War Machine for the first time. All right. Fucking Don Cheadle as War Machine for the first time was so cool. So cool. We got some Nick Fury. We got Scarlett Johansson. We got Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer. We got Mickey Rourke pulling out that, no, buddy, you got to let it go, buddy, huh? Get me my bird. My beard. I can't do the voice, but no, Iron Man 2 is a good movie. And apparently that was young Peter Parker in the Iron Man mask. So, anyway. And no, Iron Man 3 is not a waste. I actually really liked it. I liked Iron Man 3. Shane Black, baby. Shane Black. So, it's, the thing is, I like all the Marvel films. There's not one that I dislike. Even Thor, The Dark World, which is, I would say, the weakest of the films. I still enjoy it. Would I be interested in an Alex Jones movie? Garrick, buddy, there is one. Oh, yes, there is one. It's actually a film called, I think it's called Dark. Is it Dark Delights? Hold on. Let's see here. Okay, Dark Secrets. It's Dark Secrets Inside the Bohemian Grove. Came out in 2000. I watched the whole thing. It's Alex Jones like when he still was somewhat normal, and it's you can watch it online. I think I found it on YouTube. It was pretty solid. Let's see. Could I consider Guardians Volume 1 and Volume 2 as a Marvel musical? No, not as a Marvel musical, but as an interesting thing. All right. Let's see here. I saw someone joined up to the Discord. Again, phone lines are open, by the way, as well as the what's it called? The Discord, if anyone wants to. I think I'll be on like maybe another 20, 25 minutes. Thoughts on the 2011 Green Lantern movie? Wasn't terrible. I didn't hear anyone call in. Trust me, I have Skype on. If someone called in, I would have heard it. Frozen was short was in front of Coco. Well, there's another Frozen short. The one I'm talking about was from 2015. I already talked about Amazing Spider-Man 2 Siege Blaze. Hold on, Roman. I don't know what you're talking about right now. I don't know. Do I think the Family Guy movie is going to get anywhere in production? Probably not. Not with Disney owning it now, or at least licensing it. I think Seth MacFarlane owns it. Deadpool 1 or 2. Definitely Deadpool. Definitely Deadpool 1. I think that's a near perfect movie. Deadpool 2 suffered from trying to be too dark. What's going on, Elijah Stankovic? Oh, $2 super chat from Chris Hallnagel. Thank you very much, man. Did I watch Chernobyl? I didn't. I almost did. My girlfriend was like, "Oh, I was hearing about from Stephen Colbert, the Chernobyl documentary on HBO. Should we watch it?" And I'm all like, you just had a baby and you're like super hormonal and you're not going to like where the show goes. And she's like, really? And I'm all like, let me show you the trailer. And we get halfway through the trailer and she's like, no. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Is there going to be a Deadpool 3? Yes, there will, but I don't know necessarily to what capacity yet. The Simpsons movie did well, so maybe they'll consider it. The Simpsons movie came out like 12 years ago, and they haven't done a sequel, even though it did pretty well. It's pretty crazy. Rocket Man or Bohemian Rhapsody? I haven't seen either. Am I more excited for Birds of Prey or Wonder Woman 1984? I think I'm more excited for Birds of Prey because I've had a thing for Mary Elizabeth Winstead for like years. I think since like either Death Proof or like Sky High or something. Rocketeer is getting rebooted. I did hear about that. I'll have to wait and see what it does. My thoughts on Avengers Age of Ultron. I liked it. Gave us vision, gave us some good dialogue between everybody. But I agree with why Joss Whedon left MCU after that. It's because Feige had a vision and Joss Whedon did not share that vision, and they got in fights over that. And I think that I really do think that going into the he fought for Hawkeye's family. And I think that really helped sell the opening of Endgame. I think that really helped sell the cost of the decimation. And I think that was a wise move. And I think Feige is not a person you can criticize very often, but I think in this particular regard, you can criticize him. Yeah. Favorite 3 films of all time? Oh man, I can give you my top film of all time. But the other one's kind of like vary and stuff. My favorite movie of all time is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Will Knives Out flop? Probably. Thoughts on Rise of the Silver Surfer? It exists, and I know Doug Jones, who was the actor in the Silver Surfer bodysuit, but it wasn't as good as the first Fantastic Four, and the fact that they just reused Doctor Doom as a villain was kind of lame. Do I think Disney is going to do an Oliver and Company remake? Can you get Billy Joel to do it? But I've heard something about something. Let's see here. It's not Birds of Prey without Barbara Gordon. It's a flop waiting to happen. Yeah, I agree, but that is unless they've actually had Barbara Gordon in it and they're not telling anyone. And that could be the case too. Is Alien, I did hear about Far From Home getting re-released. Yeah, I did. Let's see. I don't know what the MCU holiday special is. I don't know what that is. Hellboy reunion in LA Comic Con. Oh man, that'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope. Have I seen Jonah Hex? I saw enough of Jonah Hex, if you know what I mean. Disney should air Star Wars holiday special on Disney. Yes, they should. Yes, they should put the holiday special on Disney Plus. 100%. From all the MCU characters, who's my favorite? It's Iron Man. It is. It just really is. You know, like it just really is. I think he's the heart and soul of the MCU. And now that he's gone, I don't know yet. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm hoping it's something good. All right, let's see. Drop in the Skype line if anyone wants to call in again. Let's see. Doug Jones and Ron Perlman will be there. Some will be. Oh man, nice. I would love to go to that if I still lived. Nerd Report's gonna have to go and let me know how it is. See, favorite Spielberg film that isn't a blockbuster. Munich. Loved Munich. Munich was great. Yeah, Munich was pretty fantastic. Have I seen Van Wilder? Yes, I saw Van Wilder in 2002 when it came out. Can we call from outside? If you can call in, by all means, yeah. You can also go into the Discord, and then you don't have to waste any money calling in. We kind of learned that one the hard way the other night when a guy called in from South Africa. Got 5 minutes, and then it cut out. And then he was in the Discord hanging out, so there's that. Yeah, well, no, Ryan Reynolds. I know. Ryan Reynolds was great in Van Wilder. It was a relief. It was like, that was like the last good National Lampoon movie. And I guess even maybe good is it's like a, subjective term. But, his dad was one of the guys from Animal House, which is great. Thoughts on American Pie? It's 20 years old now. And I remember seeing that in between my junior year and senior year of high school, because I graduated 20 years ago in like less than a year, which is so crazy to think about. Because I remember that whole thing like it was yesterday. It was so nuts. And I remember going and seeing American Pie and loving it and thinking it was hysterical and it was funny and just it was great. And then I remember American Pie 2 from a couple of years later and feeling kind of the same way. Like really like wanting that kind of adventure with my friends, They don't make comedies like that anymore. They don't make movies like that anymore. I mean, Good Boys I really want to see because it feels like nostalgic. It feels like it's going to be funny. But other than that, they're just not doing comedies like that anymore. And I feel like, you're not going to find movies like, what was that one? Boys and Girls with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Claire Forlani. It was like kind of jokingly known as like She's All That Too. But that was a teen film from the early 2000s. Look at Accepted from 2006. Justin Long. Blake Lively was a love interest in that movie. Jonah Hill when he was still fat. Good soundtrack, funny movie. Lewis Black was in it. There's so many fucking funny movies that used to come out. So many dumb comedies that used to come out too. Who doesn't remember the first time they watched Freddy Got Fingered and then immediately regret it? But then again, we also got something like in 2001, we got Josie and the Pussycats, which is just hysterically funny. They just don't make movies like they used to. Do I click on Jarbo to connect? No, go into one of the other streaming rooms and I'll drag you in. Like go into general and I'll drag you in. Streaming is where it's just a private room. Anchorman or Step Brothers? Anchorman, because I'm from San Diego too. Well, did Kelly Marie Tran get back on Instagram? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I like Claire Forlani a lot. I liked her in Mallrats. Mystery Men. She was in Mystery Men. That just turned 20 years old this month too. So yeah. Oh, Eurotrip. Oh. So Roman, check this out, right? So a year ago, I went to Milwaukee for this conference, right? And I'm at this party and this guy's there and we're talking. He comes over to me and he's like, hey, I'm a big fan. And I'm like, he looks really familiar. He's just like, yeah. I'm like, I'm like, oh, thanks a lot, man. I'm like, I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. And we're talking, and his another guy, the guy who was like kind of throwing the conference, is like, oh yeah, you should look this guy up on IMDb. And I just went, it clicked. I'm like, fucking Eurotrip. It was the nerdy brother from Eurotrip was at this party in Milwaukee. He lives in LA. He flew out to fucking Wisconsin. I'm at this house party with him. Apparently, we're fans of each other. And for one, Eurotrip, I think, is one of the best underrated movies ever in regards to comedy. Scotty Doesn't Know is a fucking classic. And just that movie itself is a fucking classic. And, it's 15 years old. It's 15 and a half years old now. It's insane. Thoughts on Hangover films? I really liked all of them, actually. One especially. One was fucking fantastic. By the time it got 3, it got dark. But that's what I'm curious about with the Joker. So you're stealing from work and no one knows. Congratulations. Okay, so we got Chad Crypto in the general. I'm going to drag him in. Hey, Chad, how's it going, man? Let's see if he comes on in. Well, he's right there. They should make the MCU holiday special. Well, they kind of did that with this like We Love You 3000 tour. You couldn't do Eurotrip these days. No, you couldn't. You really couldn't. Again, a lot of these movies you couldn't get away with, right? What was that movie with Harlan Williams and Michael Rosenbaum and the one guy, I think from Seventh Heaven, Sorority Girls or Sorority Boys? You could not get away with that these days. Oh my God, you couldn't. Have I ever seen Patch Adams? Yeah, I did. All right. So, Chad, do you have a microphone? Because that's how you gotta have a microphone to talk. Let's see. Chances of an Alita Battle Angel sequel. I'm assuming pretty good. Just a bit of, but I wouldn't be surprised if Alita goes to a streaming service. You wish they would put less jokes in the MCU? Nah, I think the jokes work. Is Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill that bad? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, you could do Sorority Boys, but they'd insist to be serious and preachy. Yeah, it would be. It would be. They wouldn't be anywhere near as funny as it was. Hold on. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, because it's yeah. Let's see, Spaceballs or Galaxy Quest. Oh, dude, come on, you can't ask me that question, man. You can't ask me that question. Like it's clearly going to be Spaceballs, but Galaxy Quest is such a good movie in and of itself. You think that there were way too many jokes in Endgame that didn't land? There were some jokes that didn't land, but a lot of it landed. And a lot of it was sweet too. Like when Thor was talking to his mom. That was sweet, man. Because you could just tell he was so broken. Like, go back and watch like Thor Ragnarok to Endgame and Thor's arc. I mean, if you watch it in that particular regard, like over the span of a year and a half, literally, we've got like 3 effective, kind of big Thor films. And Hemsworth really brought it. He did such a good job. Let's see here. You watched Endgame, Christian, but it was good. You just didn't like the time travel stuff. I think it worked once. It worked once for what this was. If they ever bring it up again, it's only going to be bad. Yeah, Phantom Rider. Yeah. Quote Eurotrip. Yeah. I still every once in a while will go, Miss Scusi. Or, Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. I loved Eurotrip. We had that movie at my theater and I watched it so many times. Oh yeah, The Girl Next Door. Yeah, with Elisha Cuthbert and oh hey, what's up, man? Do you have a? Hey, how's it going? There we go. All right, say something else again. I bring up the mic. There we go. What's going on, Chad? How you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
So what's on your mind tonight?
Well, I just want to say I'm a fellow Washingtonian. I'm just north of you in Federal Way.
Oh, nice. I don't make it up that way very often, but I might. Well, it's not that far, but it's like I just don't have a reason to head up there.
That's true. Yeah, because I don't get that far south either. So,
Yeah, well, there's not much south until you hit Portland. Although today there was a lot of action in Portland.
oh yeah, I heard about that.
Lot of those protests. I was all like, man, I should have gone down there and checked it out. You know, brought my camera, live streamed it, and then collected all those nice people's monies from putting myself in imminent danger.
Yeah, I used to do that up north. I actually did that in Seattle. I about like I think it was like 70 years ago. I don't know if you remember. I know this is kind of like off topic, but I don't know if you remember the in Seattle there was this Native American guy who was whittling wood and he got shot by the cops. And I actually raced up there and actually they had protests and stuff, and I actually photographed images up there at that time, and they did like a big protest and stuff, and a big rally and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah, that makes some sense as to for a good reason to have a protest. You know, like this dude just sitting there whittling wood. Cops show up. He's yeah, no, you can totally get that.
Yeah, it's crazy. But back to the movies you were talking about. Actually, I don't know what to talk about those because I forgot what you guys were talking about. We got kind of on a tangent, but um, I'll
Well,
go
I mean,
back and
what is it that you're into more or less these days?
well, I found you from watching right around the whole Captain Marvel stuff. I had no problem with Captain Marvel. I liked the movie. I thought it was just okay. But but when it started going off, I found you right through those videos and stuff, and I was like, oh wow! And I found out you're from my state, so I was like, cool. So I'm gonna support you. So I've been watching your videos and watching it, and so I'm a big Marvel fan, DC fan. I'm a big sci-fi fan. So I've been watching all the videos and watching. I've been watching everything. So it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing with movies is it's kind of like I mean, there's a huge transitional shift that's happening with everything, and the way that I view it is, you know, what we had maybe like let's say 10 years ago, right? Where the summer movie season maybe felt a lit like maybe a bit more varied. They would have a lot more movies coming out, and it's like they would all kind of maybe be able to share the pot a bit more. Like, I mean, if you ever go back and look at the summer of 2008, for example, a lot of fucking movies came out in that 3 month period. I mean, you started with Iron Man, and then it was Speed Racer, and then it was Prince Caspian, and then it was Indiana Jones. And then in June, I remember it was like Hancock and Wanted, and You Don't Mess with the Zohan. And then July was like Hellboy and The Dark Knight. And I mean, you know, there was a lot of movies, and there's so many that I'm overlooking. We're talking like sometimes it was up to 3 new films a week were coming out during that. They were just cramming movies out there. And then they started getting hit and hit and hit. You know, future years keep getting like lower and lower returns on a lot of these films. And, you know, I mean, where's it going to be in 10 years from now? Right? Is it going to be just superhero movies and tentpole films that are going to be in the theaters, or and everything else is going to be on streaming? Or are we actually going to be able to like see maybe a return to like everyone maybe, you know, spreading things out and everyone gets a chance at potential success?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think things are. It's going to get exciting more because there's, except for Disney, I'm kind of like afraid about the whole Disney thing because it seems like a lot of stuff they're just rehashing the old and they're not going for the new, which I think is really interesting because it's like even though it seems to be working in some ways. I mean, Lion King
Well,
worked.
there's a reason why they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's not because of us. I mean, Lion King did really well here because you know, you figure 25 years ago the original came out, kids probably have seen it, but this is like new for them. And how many of them haven't seen the original?
Oh yeah.
Or now went out and bought the original because they saw this new one. But really, it's
Exactly.
China. It's all China. China
Yep.
has 1 billion people. We have 320 million. You know, there's 3 times the amount of people
That
that are
is so
there,
true.
and they've been pumping money into Hollywood for years. You know, Iron Man 3 was co-produced with China. There's shots
Yeah.
that were shot for Iron Man 3 that are strictly for China. There's a Chinese
Wow.
subplot that's strictly for China. Look at Tencent. You know, Men in Black
Yeah.
International was Tencent co-produced. There's like, I think even like Godzilla King of the Monsters was like well, no, that was Legendary, and Legendary was purchased by Tencent, I
Exactly.
believe, for like 3 billion. Let me take a look here. Who owns Legendary?
I don't know, 10 cent maybe.
Is it? Oh, sorry, no, that was the Wanda Group.
Uh,
About yeah, they're kind of like, I don't want to say equal size, but they're in the same ballpark in regards to how much money they throw around.
yeah, I know 10 cent actually owns part of Epic Games, so they're like have like a lot of money coming in from Fortnite. So it's like they're like a huge freaking thing in this industry. It's pretty amazing. China owns pretty much this country. Probably.
Well, there's a lot of
Uh,
there's a lot they have a lot of our economy, and not getting too political, but this whole tariff situation is not good either.
yeah.
But when it comes to movies, this is what they're doing. And this is one of the reasons why Disney keeps going for these remakes, is because they sell well, you know, and they might do okay in China. I don't quite know why Dumbo crashed and burned. Perhaps because it's one of the most depressing cartoons ever made,
Yeah.
and so you get a lot of that shit. But really, at the end of the day, it's like, what made Venom $800 million, 860 million,
Wow.
mostly China, you know, mostly China. What saved Pacific Rim? China and Japan, mostly Japan, actually.
Yeah.
Back in 2013, these movies, like, are coming out, and they're being made intentionally with foreign markets in mind. And as a result of
Exactly.
that, what they're doing is they are dumbing down scripts, which is
Yeah.
only further going to anger other people, because they want to have it be translatable across the board, which makes sense. So they focus a lot on simpler explanations, so it's easier to translate.
Yeah.
And the problem with it is, though, is that it kind of insults everybody, right? It fucking insults everyone, because then it's like it takes their
Exactly.
intelligence and runs it into the fucking ground. And the people are like, but these movies are getting stupider. Like, these movies are like dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not putting effort into thinking about it anymore.
And it doesn't make sense because a lot of the other countries like China and Japan, Korea, or even all the other ones, they're highly intelligent people. So it doesn't make sense why you would want to dumb down a script. I mean, make it smart and make it fun. I mean, that's why
It's
some of these movies that we watched when we were younger, they're fun, like The Matrix and even all of the Nolan movies and you were talking about earlier. It's like those are smart movies, and it's like, but the smart
yeah,
ones seem not to be doing any good. It's like, I don't know. It's
yeah,
it's,
no,
it's
and that's really where
confusing.
it's at. That's just where it's at. And it's just, unfortunately, the world that we live in right now, and that's not going to change. That's why streaming services are going to be the way of the future.
Yeah.
And it's because there they can actually they have the opportunity to tell a long form story, and they know that if they can build that relationship, that loyalty with the fan base, the fans are going to continue to put money in. I mean, think of it like this: Disney Plus is going to have cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's right off the bat. It's going to be dirt cheap, $7 a month for,
Yeah.
or $70 for the whole year.
Yeah.
I
It's
already
supposed to
pay
be
for.
like, oh, sorry. It's
No,
supposed
no,
to be like, it's
go
supposed to be
go
like
ahead.
$12 or something. It's like supposed to be like almost like 12, $13. And you get Hulu all tied up with ESPN or something like that. It's
Exactly.
like, I don't care about ESPN, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Like, just can we knock off a couple dollars and I don't have to deal with fucking sports?
Exactly.
But see, that's the whole point, though. Is sports is the only thing keeping cable television alive right now. It is. It's the
Yeah.
only thing keeping cable television alive. I was reading
Yeah.
something today that said, like, there are 35 million Americans at the end of 2018 that cut the cable. And I've been cutting the cable since 2010.
Yeah.
And when I was doing it, it was like a couple 100,000 a year were doing it. And then it was like, you're going to hear, oh, in the next couple of years, it's going to be up to 2 million people a year going to be cutting the cord. And then here it is, 9 years later, and it's 35 million people they're estimating for this year are cutting the cord. Why spend the fucking money? Why spend the money in cable? You don't get shit. What do you get? You get ads and crap television. Do you really need to get like, like Russian rim job nightly? You don't need any of that. Like, you don't need any of that. You don't watch it. But I mean, look, here's the thing. I understand why these networks in the bundling, these small networks get a percentage of that income, and they're able to then invest that into themselves and make more content where they can like find sponsors and maybe build an audience. I get it and I support it. But you got to think of where we are right now. People don't want isolated, non-serialized content. They want it, digestible, easily findable. And they want it to be good. They want it to be real good. And that's where we are with Netflix. Netflix has a very loyal fan base that they're going to lose a lot when Disney Plus happens, which is why they're bundling Hulu and ESPN with that. So people leave Netflix and go over there. But I mean, we're going to, you got NBC Universal's coming out, the HBO, the HBO Max is coming.
Yeah.
There's DC Universe, which they say is staying, that it's staying and not going to be like merging into HBO Max, but I don't believe it. I think they're going to try for maybe a couple more years and then they're eventually just going to merge it into HBO Max. It just seems to make the most amount of sense.
Yeah.
And then move like Doom Patrol to HBO and things like that. But the whole point, what I'm trying to get to with this whole rant, is that our entertainment needs have absolutely been shifting, right? Like I've tried multiple times to do like a long form podcast, kind of like this, but it's like, instead of talking to people, I'm like, oh, let me just give you a general rundown of the news. And it's like 20, 25 minutes and it's like 5 stories. No one wants it. They don't want it because they don't want to sit through more than what they're interested in. And if I'm doing an entire, 20 minutes a day on Star Wars, that's one thing, because that's what, they're interested in that. But if it's like Star Wars, Marvel, maybe Downton fucking Abbey, because I'm a big Downton Abbey fan. So maybe Downton Abbey or something, or whatever along those lines. People just don't care. So it's like they want a la carte. They've wanted a la carte for years. The U.S. government, the Congress, didn't vote on a la carte. And they were supposed to. It was supposed to go to the fucking floor. But the telecom companies have lobbied it to the point of where it's now people have finally said, fuck it, we've had enough. And they're walking away on their own. So this is where the market is. The telecom companies are going to start squeezing us a lot more. Because, here's the thing. I don't have cable TV in my house, right? I have cable internet. I have a phone line that I don't fucking need because I have a cell phone. But my girlfriend insists on having a fucking goddamn phone line. You know what I pay a month for just those two things? $140.
Wow.
When I was living in Portland a couple years ago and I just had cable only, it was $60 a month. $60 a month. Now it's up to $140, and I want to drop the phone line because, quite frankly, no one's called it in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And it's all VoIP. So if my internet goes down, which is the whole point of getting a phone line, it's dead too.
Yeah.
So, hold on. Versatile says sextuplets was funny. Are you like high right now? Because I feel like I need to get high and watch sextuplets because I would do that.
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, that's fucking great. But anyway, I'm just, my whole thing here is like, it's just, we are in this change, this shift, and I lost him. He might go. Okay. I don't know what happened.
That was weird.
Yeah. They're like, you didn't talk at all. Get the fuck out. No. But really it's all that shit where you've got, yeah. Okay. And Star Killer wants to come on in too. Let's, man, let me say goodbye to you and let me get Star Killer. Cause I kind of want to get to bed in like the next 20 minutes.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you, Matt.
Yeah, man. I'm on like Monday through Thursday right now. I'm hoping to do more, but we'll figure it out.
Awesome. Well, take care, man.
All right. Have yourself a good one, dude. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Peace. Okay. So that was, yeah. So if you want to call in Star Killer, go right ahead. The line is now open. Anyway, yeah, you're Batman. Yeah, yeah. Disconnecting the line. There's no point to it. Amazon's Lord of the Rings will be the next big thing. Amazon's Lord of the Rings is going to fucking own. I must like dry humor. I'm okay with dry humor. Let's see here. If they get a lot of yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for Lord of the Rings. I'm super hyped for it. I can't wait to see what they do with it. For not only how many Lord of the Rings fanatics are just going to get super mad when like certain things aren't canon, because you know it's going to happen. So, so there's that, and okay. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to give Star Killer here instructions so we can figure it out. Anyway, what was I saying? Some stuff. It was some stuff and things. Let's see. Netflix The Witcher is going to be very bad. I think The Witcher is going to be very, very good. I think it's going to be very good. I think people are going to really like it. They can't do anything with the original films as in the contract. Yeah, but they're not going to touch the original films, but I think they're going to tie into the original films. That's what I'm saying. So Witcher should have followed the games. But yeah, that's what I said, man. I said that the show should have followed the games. But then people told me that the 6 books take place prior to the games. So if they get to like season like season 7, then it could go into like, Assassin of Kings and which is the second game, and or like the Wild Hunt. Mass Effect adaptation. They need to do they did a Mass Effect animated movie. Thoughts on Bruce Lee's portrayal in Tarantino's? I haven't seen it yet, so I can't tell you, but I know the controversy. I know that they're doing that, so that's that's caught them in a little bit of shit. But yeah, the Mass Effect what was the Mass Effect animated movie? It came out like in 2013, I think, right? Oh, it is a Paragon. Oh, it was 2012. Mass Effect Paragon Lost came out in 2012. And oh wow, Monica Rial and Vic Mignogna are in it. That's funny. That's really funny. I haven't seen it, but it got like, let's see here. It says, set before the events of Mass Effect 3, James Vega and a group of soldiers try to protect the human colony from the Collectors, who wish to capture the colonists for unknown purposes. Could be decent. I mean, they gotta do like these things animated, man. Like that's what DC does. That's fucking great. There we go. Okay. Let me bring in Star Killer here. He's in the general chat. All right. Oops, shit burger. Come on. There we go. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey,
Hello?
hey, Matt, can you hear me?
I can, yeah, I can.
Cool, awesome. I haven't, nothing much. Haven't talked to you in a while. Been a while.
Yeah, man. Like, so what's new? What's on your mind tonight?
Nothing much, man. Like, the Star Wars stuff.
You what's your thoughts currently on Star Wars?
I think I just read the leaks for Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I haven't read those yet. I generally try to avoid a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. All this Disney stuff. I don't know if we have the money to get. I don't know how much it will cost me to get the Disney Plus here in Australia.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what their international prices are going to be. I would assume that they're gonna take it out to you. It may not be right away.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be a worldwide launch right away. I have a
So
feeling it's going to be something a bit more kind of segmented, which is going to be bad because how the fuck are you going to watch The Mandalorian?
yeah, true. What do you think of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series?
I think that's great. I think it's
Yeah, me
awesome.
too.
I mean, I was talking about it with Nerd Report tonight, and we were chit chatting about the potential of like Liam Neeson being a Force ghost in the
Yeah,
oh and
because I started watching the prequels again, like all three prequels, because I loved prequels, growing up with them. So I just started watching Phantom Menace, and I might start go watch the Attack of the Clones.
yeah, Phantom Menace is still a movie that yeah, I still have trouble.
Yeah, no, not me, not for me. I dig it because I got the books too. I got every book, like episode 1 to 7, every single book. So it's very different between the movie and the book. So it's
Yeah,
pretty
well,
cool.
it's usually the case because there's always the movie you shoot, the movie you write, the movie you shoot, and the movie you edit.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Do you see the actor who played Jar Jar Binks said congratulations to um the actor. What's his
Yeah,
name?
I saw that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that.
for Obi-Wan. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I want to see Jar Jar show up. I don't care. I want to see Jar Jar show up if he shows up in Rise of Skywalker because JJ said he's gonna connect all three trilogies.
You know what? Here's the thing: if they drop Jar Jar, um, if they put him in the movie, I mean, I think fans are going to lose their mind in a good way.
Yeah,
I,
it'll
I think
be yeah.
I think for the first time in 20 years, fans are going to go fucking Jar Jar, yeah,
Yeah, I know
yeah.
it would be really
Like
cool to see
they're going
because
to
he
be. I
was in
think
the books.
yeah. Well,
He
he's
was in the
also in the
books.
animated show too, quite a bit.
Yeah, because I've
So
seen the Clone Wars and the whole season and Rebels, all those stuff. Pretty cool.
I have a
And
feeling. I have a feeling he's going to pop up. Although, I mean, how old would he be at this point? He'd be pretty old.
oh yeah, it pretty like
He'd be like, I mean,
because
however old he was in
he
in
was young. He
you
was
know,
young
he
back in the minutes.
yeah, wouldn't he be like close to 50? He'd be like,
Be
I mean,
older.
okay, if Anakin was like 8 or 9 or whatever the fuck it was in Phantom Menace and Jar Jar was a full-grown Gungan and Revenge of the
No, he
Sith,
wasn't. I think he was like a teenager. I think he was like a teenager. A
okay.
teenager.
I mean, okay, fine. So let's say let's fine. Let's just say he's 18. Okay, let's just
Yeah,
go with 18.
yeah,
All right.
true.
And I don't know the anatomy, the physiology, the lifespan of a Gungan. With that kind of pressure on their body underneath the ocean, who knows
Yeah.
what they could live longer because technically things in the ocean do have a tendency of living longer. Anyway,
Hmm.
let's say he's 18. Let's just go with that. So 10 years is what it is from Phantom Menace to Revenge of the Sith, right?
Hmm.
Roughly 10 years, I think, 10 somewhere in there. And so you put him at let's put him at like 28, and then it's another 19 years to A New Hope. So that would put him at 47. And then I think it's
Yeah.
5 years in between A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. If I could be wrong, this is
Yeah.
clearly not. I need like an abacus or some shit.
Yeah.
And
It'll
then
be
and
different
then
because the canon will be different because the new canon, it's not the same canon as George Lucas's canon books,
well,
like
I think I
movies.
mean, there's the EU got wiped out, but it's like there's still
Yeah.
elements of they're still gonna hold on to that canon.
But
Uh,
yeah, what do you think in the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series? Do you think the prequels will be very heavy in, or will be like Disney canon books from their new books based on?
I think that the Disney so you're talking about the Disney Plus shows, right? Because
Yeah,
I
the
got
plus, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I would argue that I think those are going to actually probably end up saving Star Wars overall, and I
yeah.
say
It's
that
true.
because they're not going to be bound by just the 2 hour runtime.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to tell these stories and have them be
Yeah,
uh
but I think the prequels should be very into it because the prequels started all the like with Obi-Wan Kenobi. He started with how watch it in episode 3, how he started like with becoming through New Hope.
I mean I'd like to see them, go. I don't know. I mean, what's Star Wars going to be like when it goes beyond the Skywalker saga?
And it'll be, I don't know, because in leaks, I like really reading leaks because it's my thing. I just like reading them. I don't. That's spoilers. I don't really care about spoilers. If the movie's good, the movie's good. If it's not that great, it's not that great. And yeah,
Well, okay. So in the chat here, Caleb Custom Brick says Jar Jar would be 82 years old.
yeah, he'll be around Obi-Wan Kenobi's age then, like in New
So
Hope.
maybe, I mean, yeah, by the time it rolls around to Force Awakens. But
I
I
love,
mean,
I love if Jar Jar just shows up with a lightsaber. He just kills everyone.
oh God, if they did Darth Jar Jar, that would be great. And here's the thing. Here's the thing with that.
That would be
There's
epic.
actually some precedence for that kind of thing happening. Not
Yeah.
related to Star Wars, but it's like for a precedent, we have to go all the way back to 2005.
Hmm.
And I don't know how old you are.
Who?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 26. I'm 26.
Okay, so 14 years ago you would have been 12,
Yeah, I'll
right?
be, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you were probably the right age for X-Men: The Last Stand.
Yeah. No, I was around j- between the books, between Expanded Universe books, between those Star Wars books when they
Okay,
came out in
I'm
'93.
okay. Well, I'm talking about 2005.
Oh, 2005, I was a bit, yeah, I was around maybe, I think 12, 13. No,
Okay,
six.
okay, but you saw X-Men: The Last Stand, right?
Yeah, I was X-Men Last Stand was a bit older, I think, I was a bit older when it came out. I
Well,
was
that one
like
came
in,
out. That one came out in 2006. But the reason why I say 2005, and the people in the chat here may actually remember this. Who remembers? Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I do remember that when
Now
I
you
watched
remember
that in
that
the cinema.
in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah,
You know
he,
it.
he
You
was
know
in
it's
the cage thing. He was in the cage,
well.
wasn't he?
Kitty Pride warped him into, got him stuck on the floor.
Yeah.
But the whole point I'm trying to get to here is, do you know that's a meme?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in 2005, there was I forget the name of the group, but there's a group on YouTube that had this. They did these bad dubs, and one of them was old school, Juggernaut. It was old school X-Men anime, old X-Men cartoon, and
Yeah.
they did really terrible dubbing. And one of the lines was like they had the Juggernaut. It's like, oh, don't you know who I am? Oh, you must know who I am. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. And it was just like this.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
terrible, but it was fucking funny. So while they were doing X-Men, The Last Stand,
Hmm.
the meme culture was just kind of getting started. And so Brett Ratner threw that bit into the movie as a way to reference the memes.
Oh,
And that was popular. Like when I saw that movie at the midnight show, oh no, I didn't see that one at a midnight show. I saw it like at a matinee show. But we had it at my theater, and when that line popped up, people lost their shit because people knew what it was. Right?
yeah.
It was one of the very first big memes.
Yeah, the X-Men stuff. I only liked like Logan and X-Men 2. Mainly I liked. And
Yeah,
Wolverine.
but what I mean by that, in regards to like the whole Darth Jar Jar thing,
Yeah.
is Darth Jar Jar is a really popular online meme. It's a theory. It's a really popular theory.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the thing is, there's no way Kathleen Kennedy would let it ever be in the movie, right? Not even
But
not even a passing reference to it would probably
yeah,
be allowed
true.
in the film.
But
But at the same,
Lucas done that as like a, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear. I would say that
Yeah.
I mean, if they dropped a Darth Jar Jar reference or like somehow Jar Jar was Darth Plagueis or some shit, you know, like some
Yeah.
shit. Who knows? And they made it work. People would lose their fucking mind, and I mean that in a good
Or
way.
or if Jar Jar showed up in Rise of Skywalker and they like said something about it, or maybe Jar Jar like used the Force like in some way, that'll be really cool.
Yeah, there would be. I think that'd be great if they did that. I think a lot of people would really get a kick out of it, and it would show that they can like that they pay attention to the memes, but at the same time, it might also kind of piss some people off too. You know,
Hmm.
like
Not
what do you
me.
mean the Jar Jar this whole time was a fucking was a just
I don't know
Sith?
for the hate of Jar Jar. I didn't really hated him when I was a kid because the first movie came out in 1990. I was like wasn't even born then. I was in 93.
Well, no,
So
the first movie came in. You're talking episode one, right?
the episode one, yeah, Jar Jar
Yeah,
when he first showed.
that was in 1999, so you would have been like 6.
Oh
No, you
yeah,
said
probably
you're born you when you were born 1990.
3,
Yeah. Oh,
right? 93.
1993. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have been 6, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So it's
I
in you,
still
but
yeah.
you grew up with that shit. Then you grew up with that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
crazy.
you grew up with it, and people, you know, so to you, Phantom Menace could almost be considered your first.
New Hope. Okay.
Well, I'm sure New Hope was what you saw, but I mean, like, but your first Star Wars theatrical experience is probably the Phantom
Yeah.
Menace. And
Yeah, yeah, for me, yeah.
the first time you see something like that in the theater, uh,
I still remember the Darth Maul and Obi-Wan fighting in the cinema. I still remember that fight at the cinema when I
yeah,
first saw it.
it's good
So,
stuff. It's still great.
yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
especially because it was up with the Duel of the Fates, so
Yeah.
just a great track. But
Yeah.
anyway, the you know, I'm just saying in you know, to you, that might be one of the reasons why you never got the Jar Jar hate,
Yeah,
because
no.
it was like, you know, at the time in 1999, man, no one hated Jar Jar in 1999. When the Phantom Menace came out, people were like, "This is the best movie
Yeah,
ever."
they did that, and they started rewatching it again. They started hating it. That's when
Yeah,
all the
I saw
hate
it 4
started.
times. I saw it 4 times in theaters back in '99, and
Yeah.
I don't regret seeing it. I
Yeah.
still
I even watched Attack of the Clones in cinema, and I loved the hell of it because of the political stuff. I was a bit
yeah.
younger then too. I still understand it, and it was awesome. I really liked the second one. Didn't hate it, even the second one. I even liked the second one.
Well, what is it? Back then, I got my hands on a VCD copy of Attack of the Clones about a week after it came out in theaters. So VCD stands for video CD, and
Yeah,
basically what it was just a really shitty cam copy of the movie.
yeah.
But I watched the hell out of that thing.
It's crazy
So
how I got into Star Wars. My first Star Wars like into it was playing some Super Star Wars New Hope on the Super Nintendo. That's when I started getting into Star Wars through the video games and then prequels. That's how I started, and the books. That's how I started my Star Wars legacy.
yeah, well, it's a good place to be. It's still a good place to be.
Yeah.
People, people hate Star Wars. I
I
think in a lot of
I
cases because
what's called
it's popular.
well, 2 weeks ago I tried to start watch Last Jedi. I couldn't stop or couldn't watch it. I watched like at the I started watching it when Obi-Wan threw the no, Luke threw the lightsaber, and I said quit, so I turned it off. I
Yeah,
couldn't watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna force myself to watch it again before
Yeah,
going to see the Rise of Skywalker,
yeah,
and then after that, probably never again. I'll be like,
yeah.
let's fast forward to the good parts. You know, like we're gonna skip this. We're gonna go to the opening bombing run was kind of cool.
Hmm.
The hot sister died. Okay. Fast forward, fast forward. Oh, Carrie Poppins. Fast forward, fast forward.
Yeah.
It's just
Uh,
no. At the end, oh, the slave children. They're left where they are. They're fine.
the only part I liked when Kylo Ren smashed the helmet. That's the only part I liked. That was a really cool scene. I
Yeah.
only like that part, and that's all.
No, I hear you, man. Well, anyway, listen, I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna wrap things up here. It's almost
That's
2 o'clock in the morning my time,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
But thanks for calling in, dude. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
nice
And
chatting to you, man.
yeah, you too, man. Have yourself a great night.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
hey, may the force be with you. All right, thanks you for calling in. All right, so we'll chit chat for a couple more minutes here, and then I'm gonna go and pass the hell out because I'm tired. I have to. I'm muting myself so I don't yawn. I was told that I yawn a bit, and it gets me in some trouble, I guess. But anyway, so what we're seeing here is a this again. This I like this format quite a bit. Trying to get people in, get them talking, have a good time and stuff. And we'll be back definitely on Monday night. I don't know what video content I'm gonna make tomorrow because I have literally no damn idea what the hell's even coming out. Why do 4K or why do shitty movies get a lot of 4K treatment? I don't know because they sold. So Galaxy's Edge needs a hut palace. Well, they're on Batu. They're not on Tatooine. So there's that. Chad Crypto, you saw Star Wars back in '77, but you were sick and fell asleep. That's not good. That's not good at all, man. I never saw Star Wars back in '77 because it came out 5 years before I was born. So, whoopsie. But I definitely enjoyed. I think I saw Return of the Jedi. I was like 1 year old and I saw that in theaters. It was good stuff. But anyway, guys, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go and pass the hell out. So this was just meant to be an hour kind of hangout, chit chat with you guys. Turned into nearly 2 hours. Good times as always. If you guys have anything you want to like ever add to conversation, you can always join in the Discord, link in the video description, or come over to the Facebook group, which I'm still kind of building up. And yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great evening. And good night.